Congratulations on the film.
Thanks, Scott.
I was talking to your wonderful director earlier and asking him about filming at sea, which people like Spielberg, Kevin Costner, Kevin Reynolds over the years have struggled to film on water. You've done it a few times. Is there a secret to doing it right? Because a lot of people have struggled over the years.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
You've got to be very patient. You got to be well prepared. It's you'd have 4 seasons in one day when you're on the water. It's just crazy. It can rain, it can be sunny, it can be cloudy, and you have to try to have everything match. So you got to wait sometimes. And her being in the water, it's freezing cold. She have to take her out. I mean, she was in the water for 12, 14 hours, 56-degree waters.
Yeah. When he pitched that to you, did you have any trepidations?
Never.
It's quite a...
No, we'll figure it out. That's what we do.
Yeah. In terms of... obviously, you've made a lot of films over your career. But in the early days, was there a film or a lesson that you learned on the early films that you've carried through your career that every single film is kind of...
As smart as we think we are, the audience is much smarter. And the minute you show it to them, they say, wait a second, here's what you forgot, here's what you didn't do. We didn't like this. It's an ongoing battle.
Yeah. You've told some true stories in your career as well. What was it about Trudy's story and this amazing kind of uplifting tale and this tale of history in terms of women and swimming that spoke to you?
I think we try to make movies about people that got forgotten. And this was 100 years ago. She had the biggest parade down Fifth Avenue ever for an athlete, ever. And yet nobody knows who she is. They should know who she is. It's a great inspirational story for everybody. We did it with Remember the Titans, Glory Road, Black Hawk Down, Veronica Guerin, Dangerous Minds, all about individuals that did extraordinary things yet got forgotten. Trudy's not going to be forgotten anymore.
Tell me about casting Daisy, because obviously for a lot of people she is Rey in Star Wars, but she obviously has a lot more range than just doing Star Wars. When you met her for the first time, was it easy to kind of see Trudy in her and that she would be the one to kind of bring her story to life?
I met her when she was 21 or 22 when she was making Star Wars. And she's just so effervescent and positive and fun. And I knew that she'd be great for this. And she wanted to do this. She waited to make this movie. It's not something that happened right away. So she's physical. She's got broad shoulders. She looks like a swimmer. She's a brilliant actress. She's beautiful. So all those things you embody in a character that's has to be all these hours in the water. I mean, Trudy was in the water for 14 hours, I think, and swam 35 miles. I mean, think about that, 56-degree, 55-degree water with changing currents and just crazy.
Another thing you've done over your careers is that you've worked with a filmmaker, and sometimes you've obviously gone and worked on it with them again, which is now true of Joachim. Right. And he's such a kind of individual filmmaker, and he was obviously very keen to do it as real as possible and all that kind of stuff. Right. What made him so perfect for this after you'd seen him work with him on Pirates?
Well, we have a shorthand. We know he's a visual artist. We know what he's going to bring visually to the movie, which it needed. He's a good storyteller. He understands character. He's somebody you can work with. You can have meetings with him and you can argue about things, which is great. That's what you want in a director. That's what we want.
Yeah, you've always spoken, a lot of your colleagues, I spoke to Tom Cruise a few times over the years about the cinema experience and that community. And this is a film that was going to go on to Disney Plus, and you kind of fought to at least give it a theatrical experience because it is shot that way. Mm-hmm. How delighted were you when word came that they were going to put it in theaters? Because it is all about that community.
Thrilled. We want to keep theaters alive. This is the kind of movie that should be seen in the theater. It's a group experience. You laugh, you cry, you're moved. It's what we do. You applaud. There are all these moments in the movie that you want to be with a group. You don't want to be at home when you watch this. I mean, you can watch it at home, of course, but you want to have that big experience. You want to sit back and hear that ocean surround you.
Yeah. As a final question, obviously you've got a few of your, shall we say, legacy sequels coming out. Obviously you did Top Gun a couple of years ago, which was hugely successful, and you've got Beverly Hills Cop 4 on the horizon. Are you still surprised that audiences, young, old, new audiences, have kind of gone back to your films? And are there any other films that you're surprised that people are still talking about to this day?
I'm surprised about all of them. I never know what they're going to do. The audience knows much better than I do, but you just keep trying to get these made. Audiences love, when they fall in love with a character like they did with Maverick, or they did with Eddie and Axel in Beverly Hills Cop, or Martin and Will in Bad Boys. They want to continue with their lives and see what happens to them. The audience wants the same experience, but they want something new. And that's the hardest thing to do, to try to give them something new, yet give them the nostalgia of the previous movie. And so far, at least with Maverick, we've been successful, and hopefully, and the previous Bad Boys and Beverly Hills Cop, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. I can't wait to see Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been waiting
fun.
a long time to see it.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for your time. Pleasure.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey, you guys!